Hello there. My name is Ilya, and today I want to take a look at the new or upcoming plugin by Pulsar Audio called IPA 25, whatever. So it isn't going to be a review, a super video, or anything. I just want to listen to the thing. Listen, tweak some knobs, dig in some sounds, and see how it feels. So, speaking shortly, I'm gonna switch to my screen capture thing, and here's our beautiful Reaper, and I have one of the mixes I've made last week. Pulsar, and here's the beautiful compressor. Thing is, actually, honestly, I never ever tried that one before. I used to own an API 2500, which is the original hardware version of the same thing. And I'm a huge fan of Pulsar plugins. I use their 1178, use their GML 8200, their Massive, and other plugins. I'm an early adopter, let's say. And by the way, pardon my accent. So, but the whole thing is I wanted to try it out live in real time without, preparing anything. And I wanted to share my honest opinion with you. The only issue is I will have to wear these because otherwise we will be hearing everything coming through the speakers into the mic and nobody gonna love it. First of all, I must say that the interface is gorgeous. As usual with Pulsar plugins, they're really good. And by the way, they are not paying me anything for some reason. Whatever. So the whole thing looks and feels similar to the original API compressor, which is a punchy and flexible and really interesting unit. I've used it a lot on many records and on some mixes. These days I had to get rid of most of my analog equipment. I mean, I still have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks, but it's way less than I used to have before. But I really, really loved that compressor. And honestly, I'm using the other plugin versions of the same compressor a lot, like the UID native version, and which is called API, right? It's like licensed plugin. But there are some others like Waves and Lindo and something else. But first of all, let's have a quick listen and turn some knobs and see how it works. Sorry, I remember reading the API, some of the API owner manuals, user guides, and it was stating that remember that with any API device, it is designed the way that you can simply put all the knobs at 12 o'clock and it's gonna give you like a decent starting point for your sound. That was nice to know, but whatever, sorry. The reason why I'm tweaking the makeup knob is with the original unit, and I'm still not sure if it works the same way with the plugin. In the original unit, once you turn up the makeup gain knob, you kind of push the output transformer and it gives you some extra nice saturation and tone and color. And when using the hardware, I was always trying to, find that sweet spot for the makeup knob. We'll later check it with the plugin doctor and see how it works and feels. But for now, let's just listen. Would be actually great if these knobs would be linkable. I love the way it's shown the side chain EQ curve, because with the original unit you can toggle between three modes for the side chain EQ, and these were called normal, mid, and loud. I think it was the same in the original unit. And also it's really cool that you can turn off the sections, like probably you can even turn off the compression but still keep the room tone, which is surprisingly cool, but I don't know if it works or not yet. Probably it works because with Reaper I can hit this mix knob holding Option key and get the delta solo, so I will listen to the difference only. And there is some difference, so maybe they thought about it. I'm gonna try the whole instrumental bass just because I can. So they even have the same side chain link control for linking between the channels and filtering the side chain, basically. But what they added, they actually added a lot. So they have a clipper limiter section, which of course wasn't there in the original unit. Nasty. It's actually pretty cool that you can change the position for the clipper section, so it could be pre-compression, pre-mix knob, or post-mix knob, which is really cool. And limiter sounds really nice to my ear. I would probably use it, to really gently tame the the loudest picks. Same thing we always do with our clippers and limiters. In here it says feedback and feed forward. On the original unit it was something like new and old school, or new and old, I think. Really cool thing definitely wasn't there in the hardware unit, as the option to select the gain reduction circuit. So we can select between Varimu, IPA, which is not Indian Pale Ale, right? It's probably the allusion to API, and NDO, which is, I think, the 33609 style compression. Let's see what they say in that little tooltip thing. Emulates a diode bridge VCA that produces more harmonics. Oh yeah, okay, I was right. At least once in my, in my marriage. Damn. Okay. I'm really sorry, but I have a dirty secret. I have some slapback and reverb on my bass. It's not good at all. Oh, cool! We can see the limiter section in blue on the meter here. So the main compression is red, and the clipper or limiter is blue. Or maybe it's going to be yellow in clipper mode. Let's see. No, it's the same, but whatever. As far as I remember, the original unit was a console unit and a built-in unit in a classic API consoles. But I'm too young for the original API console compressors, and I had these as a separate rack unit. I really love that the release sounds very organic, very natural, it gives me really similar feeling to the original unit, which I like and adore in some way. Do I want to compare it to the UAD version? Yes, I do. So let's just do a brief thing with oh, sorry, I gotta turn off the AC. Give me a second. I'm coming back soon. So I'm back, and the AC is gonna be turned off real quick. But for now, I'm just gonna say that hi plugin doctor. I set the ratio to 2:1, knee to heart, and I want to try duplicate the same settings on the API version, on the UAD version, and see how it sounds compared to the Pulsar. I'm pretty sure this thing is a killer, but you know, still have to listen, right? That's the part of our job. So I'm reaching out for the UAD version, which is UAD API. By the way, if you have any special questions, requests, or anything, feel free to let me know, and I will try to answer in the comments section. So it's set to -27. So the whole thing looks different and feels different here. So we set ratio to minimum attack, shortest release time. It's the same as the original here, where they had like a fixed release times, and then when you switch to the right, you can set the variable release time. But let's set it to 0.05, 0.05. Hard, loud, okay, medium, new, and old. Okay, new. Boom, boom. Well, it looks same-ish. I don't know if it sounds the same, but it's just a brief test. It's not like a super scientific comparison, whatever. This one is better, that one is better. But in the real life situation, you won't set up extra scientific tests. You will just listen how it sounds on your mix bus or on your drums, and then pick the one you like the most, right? So, enough talking. Well, the UAD version is fine, but I love the smack and the buttery feeling to the. I'm sorry for such subjective subjective characteristics, but it's really, it has that analog realistic feel without without that stepped feeling of the release. Same feel you have with the hardware, but we didn't try the whole bunch of oversampling options because it has well, we even have a zero latency mode, which is cool, but we don't need it right now. But for the tracking situation, it could be really great, and for anyone who basically does some production and want to compress on the way in or monitor with a compressor, it could be a great option. And we have, as usual with the Pulsar plugins, we have these options for the real-time oversampling, where we can set the oversampling value for the real-time processing and for the offline render. So basically, it means that you can set real-time oversampling to 2, and when you play back and mix, you will listen with that option, and it will eat up less of your CPU resource. And when you hit render, you're going to apply 8 times oversampling or 4 times, which is not always the best option. So always listen which one sounds better and which one works best with the material you're working on or with the instrument you're trying to compress. But for now, let's apply some crazy compression and listen how it sounds with different oversampling modes. Maybe there is no difference at all. Again, tiny little detail, when you turn the ratio knob, you can see the auto makeup actually moving the knob, which is fun. Okay, for that thing, I would say that I like the no oversampling and 8 times oversampling the most. So listen to how the edges of the spectrum and the tiny, quieter details, how they sound with the oversampling engaged, and it's actually quite good if you have enough CPU power. Why not? I would actually, what I'm gonna do is I usually create my own user default presets for all the plugins. So when I open up the plugin, I don't need to, recreate the same, like push the same buttons each time, every time I open up the plugin. So I would probably save it with something like 8 times oversampling as a default. Since I'm on the M3 Max, it should be quite okay. But let's listen again. Yeah, it's really good. It's working exactly like it should. Let's try and look for that plugin in the in a plugin doctor, which we still cannot see. So let me change a few things here. display capture will be fine. Yeah. So now we have the famous or infamous for some people Plugin Doctor. You probably heard of that software, and I'm not a huge fan. I'm not crazy about, you know, running software and plugins through Plugin Doctor, but sometimes it helps to, you know, get rid of some crazy voodoo mythology thing. We have a lot of that in our, you know, pro audio community. So let's, it's called IPA, and the folder is called VST3, and here's the plugin. Whoa. So what we have here is the gentle roll-off at the very low side of the spectrum. Once we engage the compressor, it rolls off the infra, whatever, around from 46, 35 to 5 Hertz, which is absolutely fine. And I totally believe that the same thing happens in the, you know, in the hardware world. So if we drive the VCA thing, it doesn't change the spectrum, but it definitely changes the level. Whatever, we cannot, actually we can't check the nonlinear processes in Plugin Doctor, at least in this mode, but whatever. Let's take a quick look at the harmonic analysis, which shows us the, yeah, you're right, the harmonics. So now we're running at 48K and let's see, 96. Oh, okay, whatever. It's all good. So yeah. So as we expected, the harmonic profile for these three VCA modes is different, whatever. And while you turn the drive knob, it drastically increases the amount of harmonics. Okay, we won't go that far. The clipper and limiter obviously has some harmonic effect on the material, which is totally fine. You see there's a difference between the clipper and limiter, but that's not the reason why I pulled up the Plugin Doctor thing. The reason was I was interested in how the makeup knob is going to affect the harmonic content. So it looks like it just makes the whole thing louder, keeping the same, you know, balance between the harmonics, right? Well, okay, maybe it's not the point. Let's look at the spectrum again, and it should be here somewhere. Linear analysis. Wow. So nothing changes. It's the same. Okay. And cool. Whatever. So let's get back to the actual plugin in the actual workstation. So you see here we can control, instead of just using the built-in options for the sidechain equalization, we can apply our own additional filters to the sidechain, which is cool, and it's always there with the Pulsar plugins. Also, there's a small section where we can, you know, control the look ahead, which is incredible and almost impossible if we're not talking the look ahead analog limiter, whatever, which is cool. So the difference to my ear, again, that's just a brief, comparison. It's like between the cartoon and the movie or the picture. It's really different. This thing feels way more realistic, and it's not about the interface. It's gonna feel the same with with all the graphic interface thing is removed, which is a cool option in Reaper and in any other DAW, I'm pretty sure. But what can I say? This thing impresses me a lot. Again, it's not a review or it's not a super deep testing or anything. I just wanted to play with the new toy, sharing my thoughts with all of you guys, and I really appreciate you watching this thing because it's boring, really boring, but still, thanks again for watching, and let me know if you want to see me covering any other plugins, or I have some actual hardware in here I could play with in real time, and we can discuss it later. Let's call it onlymics.com. Oh, that was a bad one. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Thanks. I think that Pulsar plugins, they're making incredible tools for us, and the way it works, the way it looks, makes me feel that I'm gonna use that plugin and in every mix. I really love it. I would use it for the drum bus. I really love the API thing for tone bus, for rec toms and floor toms, whatever. For the snare, for vocals. There was actually a really cool thing with the original unit. You could have patch the left channel output into the right channel input, which gave a cool, really weird effect. I don't know if it's possible to emulate the same behavior here, but anyway, this plugin is actually really good. I enjoyed trying it out, and wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching, and have a great day or night or whatever you have there. Bye.